Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Raisah Firdaus from Point 5. And today I will tell you about one of the material in biology lesson. It's about digestive system of human body. So what do you know about digestion? So digestion is one of the process to break down food into the small molecules in our body. And that molecules will through into the whole small intestine and also to bloodstream. And there are 7 main parts of the digestive part system in our body and 2 others part in our digestive system. So first is about mouth. So in the mouth there are teeth, tongue, and salivary gland to break down the food into the small bites. So, by the way, as you know, there are 2 types of the digestion or 2 types to break down food into the molecules. So first with mechanical digestion and the second with the movement digestion. If the movement digestion is mean, we can break down our food with grind from our teeth. So our teeth will grind the food into the small bites. If with the chemical digestion, it means our food can be break down with some chemical or with some enzyme to make become the glucose example or become the others chemical like that. And then after the teeth, the food that already become the bolus or the liquid food and saliva, it will become the bolus. So bolus, it made from the liquid, saliva, and food. After that, the bolus will get into the esophagus. So in esophagus, the bolus or the food that already become the small bite will happen with the peristalsis movement in the esophagus. So esophagus is the ways to connect our mouth in our stomach. After that, the third part is stomach. In stomach, it will storing food and then mixing food and will absorb some protein or chemical in our food. And also in the stomach, there are the mucus that layering the whole stomach from the gastric acid in the stomach. In our stomach, there are 3 parts that can work in the stomach. First is gastric acid, and then mucus, and the last is gastrin hormone. So that's mucus is about the layer of our stomach wall, and then gastric acid, it will kill germs and can break down our food into the small molecules, and the gastric hormone, it's some hormone in the stomach. After absorb the chemical in our food in the stomach, it will get into the small intestine in our body. In the small intestine, there are 3 parts. First is duodenum, and then jejunum, and the last is ileum. By the way, and the small intestine has the length with 8.5 meters in our small intestine with that 3 parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. And what happened in the small intestine? So our food in small intestine will be absorbing like in the glucose and then the carbohydrate and fatty acid and glycerol in the small intestine. After that chemical already absorbed in the small intestine, and then the food will get into the big intestine. In big intestine, it also will absorb the chemical except the glycerol and then glucose, fatty acid, and the others that already absorbed in the small intestine. By the way, there are 1 part in the small intestine and the big intestine that can increase absorption for the food enzyme or for the food material. The name is villi. So villi is one of the part in the small and the big intestine that will increase absorbing the food material in our body or the food nutrition for our body. And after the small and the big intestine, and then the food will become the food that already doesn't have any nutrition, again because every nutrition already absorbing in the stomach, small intestine, and the big intestine. For the glycerol, fatty acid, and then glucose, and then there are calcium, iron, and others, it already absorbing in the small and big intestine. And after that, in the sixth, there are rectum. Rectum is the place to storing the food that already doesn't have any nutrition for our body. And then after rectum, it will get out from the anus in our body. And that's the seventh of material part in our digestive system. And two others is about liver and pancreas to help the digestive system to work in our body. Okay, maybe that's all from me about the digestive system, and I hope all of you can understand with my lesson material today about digestive system. Thank you. Don't forget to always keep your digestive system healthy. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.